Welcome to FantasyTradeX.com, the first ever NFL stock market. Instead of the limitations of drafting a team like you do on those other fantasy sports sites, with the Fantasy TradeX NFL stock market, you can invest in as many players as you want and buy as many shares as you want of any NFL player. Every share of every player costs just $1, and all you have to do is enter the amount you want to invest, and that player will instantly be added to your portfolio. So how do you make money? Simple. Invest in players that will score a lot of fantasy points that week. The winners and losers in our game are based off of traditional fantasy point scoring, so every NFL player is ranked each week from top to bottom in order of how many fantasy points they've scored. The top 50% of investments will win money, while the bottom 50% of investments will lose their money. So why not just put all your money on Aaron Rodgers every week? Because there's a little wrinkle called ROI, return on investment. Here's how each player's ROI is calculated. Let's say there was $1,000 in the market. $500 of that are winning investments and $500 are losing investments. The money from the losing investments gets distributed to the winning investments, and the biggest portion of that prize goes to the player with the most fantasy points. Let's say that's Aaron Rodgers. The next largest portion goes to the next player, and so on down the line until we pay out all the winning investments. The wrinkle is, everyone who invested in those players has to split that portion of the prize. So if 200 shares were bought of Aaron Rodgers, his portion is split 200 ways, and then his shares make that much money. Let's say only 10 shares were bought of Tyrod Taylor, but he was the second highest scorer. His portion of the prize is only split 10 ways, meaning his investors will get a huge payday. So you can play it safe and invest in a consistently high scorer and make smaller, more predictable profits, or you can take a chance on a sleeper and hit it big. Just like the actual stock market, you can play to your personal preferences. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and start investing in your favorite NFL players.